These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Craig McKee with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Phoenix Fire bringing in the helicopter to rescue two people on Piestewa Peak late last night. Crews responded to a report of lost hikers near Piestewa's Summit Trail, and that's where they found a man and a woman who had injured herself slipping on the trail. The two were taken to the hospital to be evaluated. Phoenix Fire says that they will not be cited for the rescue. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs has vetoed a Republican tax bill just passed by the legislature yesterday. It mirrored the federal tax cuts in President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, but legislative budget analysts estimated the bill would have cost the state over $440 million in fiscal year 2026, which begins July 1st. Preventing future delays in seating newly elected members of Congress. That's the goal behind new legislation from Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva. The No Delay in Representation Act comes after Grijalva's own swearing-in was delayed for 50 days following her special election victory. The bill would require the House Speaker to swear in special election winners within 5 legislative days of their results being certified. Listen to this. Starting today, it could cost you upwards of $250 for crossing the street at the wrong spot. Last month, the city of Phoenix passed a new ordinance that states police officers no longer are required to give a warning for jaywalking. Now, stepping outside the marked crosswalk and or lingering in the medians or even jetting across an area that is not corner to corner could result in a citation. I pulled the latest numbers, which show there were over 2,000 pedestrian crashes in 2024, which is the latest data set here from the Arizona Department of Transportation. I sat down with Phoenix Police Lieutenant Seth Johnke to talk about the enforcement side of this new ordinance.
The majority of what we see is just that. It's the education. It's the warnings of it. Even now, most people or most officers, when they see somebody on a median, something dangerous, they're going to go up there, whether it's just rolling down their window, whether it's walking up, saying, look, you can't be on the median. It's a dangerous place to be. Can you move on? I think we're still going to see a lot of that. What this gives us is that extra little enforcement angle, should it be necessary, if you run into the same person every time, or if they just say, I'm not moving.
So he pointed out that with warnings, there really wasn't a way of tracking anyone. But now, with written citations, habitual offenders can be tracked within the court system. He also says that they are not planning any targeted enforcement tied to the change. New data from the CDC shows overdose deaths in Arizona are going up, despite an overall drop nationwide last year. According to the new report, deadly drug overdoses in our state jumped by nearly 18% from August of 2024 to August of last year. The CDC says that's more than any other state. To a health alert now, the Maricopa County Health Department is confirming another case of measles exposure. They say it happened at the Hale Theater in Gilbert and involved a person who did not live in the county. Days of possible exposure here are on your screen. Officials are asking you to watch for your symptoms through January 30th. This comes a day after Maricopa County confirmed its first measles hospitalization yesterday. A Valley High School senior just made basketball history. Maryville guard Adrian Stubbs scored 100 points in a single game. Think about that. It's the most ever in Arizona high school basketball, in fact. Stubbs did it on the road in Yuma, where Maryville traveled 3 hours to face Yuma Kofa. By halftime, the senior guard already had 70 points, stunning the crowd and both benches. With the other coach's blessing, Stubbs stayed in just long enough to chase history, checking out for good in the third quarter after reaching 100.
During the game, they just kept telling me to shoot, keep going, keep telling me that I'm hitting shots, keep being supportive.
The previous Arizona high school scoring record, 75 points by George McCormick way back in 1965.
Tracking your weekend forecast, I'm meteorologist Justin Hobbs. Another warm one shaping up for us. However, as you do wake up Saturday morning, still going to be a bit of a chill to the air. We're at 49 degrees by 6 o'clock in the morning, but quickly warming up. We've got a lot of sunshine in store. 68 degrees by the lunch hour, 76 by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is a few degrees shy where we've been from the last couple of days. And that's going to be our trend as we head into the end of the weekend and into next week. Still a chilly start to the morning. Our high country, 21 for Flagstaff. We're in the teens for the Canyon, Winslow, and Window Rock, 29 in Prescott and 36 in Kingman. Through the afternoon, warming up into the 50s and 60s there from Prescott to Sedona at 62, 40s for Flagstaff and along the rim through Heber and Show Low, 53 degrees for Winslow. Now, as we head into the end of the weekend, we'll still see those temperatures slightly pulling back, 75 by Sunday, increasing clouds, though, by our Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We'll be in the mid-70s for the beginning of the week, and then as we head towards the end of the week, the ridge of high pressure will start to break down, and then keeping an eye on a potential system by the end of the week.